inside this box is potentially the greatest value golf club of all time.
There it is.
£129 for a brand new PXG driver. That's absolutely crazy. And you get a head cover. You get an adjustment tool, and not one, not two, but 3 PXG stickers. Now when it comes to performance, we know that most top brands tend to perform in and around the same as each other. But can a driver for £129 from a top brand perform that well? Well, we're going to find out in this video. Now I bought this driver with my own money, so there's no biased opinions in this video. And I bought it in 9 degrees with the intention to turn that to 7.5, and it's an inch shorter than standard. I'll go into explaining as to why I've chosen that specification as we go through the video. So let's hit some balls, let the club do the talking, and I'll talk a little bit more about that spec choice. Yeah, the thinking about going down to 7.5 degrees was to offset the loss of length. So I've taken an inch off this driver. I haven't, PXG have done it. They do custom fitting online or offer custom options. So taking that inch off was going to slow the club head down just a little bit, but to try and retain ball speed, I've lowered the loft down to 7.5. You see, I've never really had too much of an issue with face-to-path control. Generally, if the ball struck in the centre of the head, our ball flight tends to be quite neutral, tends to be quite straight. My poor shots would generally come from poor strikes, and high toes, quite extreme high toes, tend to be my Achilles heel, and the ball flight tends to be aggressively to the left. So the shorter shaft is making centered contact more likely, and the toe strikes are less toey. As I said before, 7.5 degrees doesn't really worry me too much because the face and path control is pretty good. Just lowering the loft down to 7.5 degrees has allowed me to keep the ball speed up. Bear in mind I've taken an inch off this thing. So let's take a look at the numbers from this new driver of mine. So ball speed is the first thing that I'm interested in, 159.6, which is kind of hovering in around where I'd expect to be, between 160, 162 in this scenario, hitting onto a blank driving range with no trouble. Total spin, 2664, just a little bit higher than what I was getting in previous testing with this driver. There was a couple of strikes that were a little bit low on the face, kicking that spin up to close to the 3000 mark. This is going to have an effect on the overall yardage as well. So that's my input, kicking that spin up, nothing to do with shaft, etc. Carry, 272, just a fraction lower than what I'd expect it to be with a regular length driver. I'm around about 275, 277-ish. Total distance, 293. Not disappointed with that at all. I'm usually around about 295, 297 in this situation, this scenario. I dare say I could get that up to that point if these strikes were a little bit better, the ones that were kicking that spin rate up. So 293, I'm not depressed about that whatsoever because my bad strikes, which come from the toe traditionally, are still on the map. The left, but they're not as left as they once were with that longer shaft. I tended to find that when I hit the toe, it was very toey, and we started to get a lot of curvature from right to left. And if you look at some of my previous videos from quite recently, you'll see me struggling to keep the ball kind of on the planet left. So all round, I'm absolutely delighted with my purchase for £129. And I think if you're quick, at the time of making this video, I think there's still a few of these left online. But if they have sold out, check out PXG's website. I think they've got some pretty good deals on at the moment. And something to take from this video as well, don't be scared to get a shorter driver. Yes, it may limit your club head speed a little bit, but the centre of strike is probably going to improve, subsequently your ball speeds, on average, are probably going to be that little bit higher, making your driving distance just that little bit more consistent. So as usual, if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.